Hello, I'm Helen Carmichael and I'm from Grey Alien Games. I'm making today our second video log post about our forthcoming RPG card game Shadowhand, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about the story. So on to chapter 1, we're going to have a little trip to Fleetwood's Lane where we're meeting our characters for the first time. This is Lord Fleetwood. The name might ring a few bells if you've played our previous game, Regency Solitaire. There is a link in the story, but that's to be uncovered later on. On our left, we've got our actual main character, Lady Corneliea Darkmoor. She's the main character throughout the game, and as we can see, she's had a bit of an accident with her coach. She's in trouble, she's in the woods. Lord Fleetwood's trying to help out. The game's set in 1770, so we've tried to get all the historical details as accurate as possible. He's got guns that really would have been around then, and luckily for Lady Cornelia, he's going to hand one over. So now we've got the pistol. This is the card play part of the game, which is the main game, but we've covered that in our previous vlog, and we'll go into more details about that in future as well. So we'll just have a bit more of a closer look at the story on this occasion. So here's Lady Cornelia. She's got her pistol and she's looking for her friend Mariah, but unfortunately there's some enemies in the woods as well. So she's got to begin to fight off the enemies as she goes through. This is a rogue, and this shows the dueling mechanic that's totally new for Shadowhand. We'll skip past that bit of gameplay and move on to the next part of the story. We'll meet a couple of other characters. So we've got a rather shady magistrate being held up by Dick Turnpike, our neighbourhood highwayman, but it's not quite what it seems, because you get the hint from their conversation that perhaps they've met before and they might be up to something. But luckily, while all that's going on, Lady Cornelia gets the chance to pinch Dick Turnpike's horse. So now she's got a steed, but the other side sort of effect of that is that she's basically now an outlaw because she's just stolen something. There we go, we're going to get to see the horse in action that she's just stolen having an effect on the cards there. So anyway, we've got lots of interesting backgrounds that we've researched for this game. It's quite an outdoorsy sort of game. We travel around a bit in the British countryside. Now Lady Cornelia's turned up at the encampment where she's met Lady Mercy, and she's a fortune teller, she tells her, and sort of takes her to task a little bit for pinching that horse, but says, well, if you're going to be an outlaw, there's some bigger things at stake than just looking for your friend. And she also gives her her outlaw name, Shadowhand. So from now on, Lady Cornelia is going to be known as Shadowhand when she's in outlaw mode. Here we are, she's been given an ability and a mask and a health potion, so that's a really good start. The Shadowhand ability, there it goes, allows you to shuffle all the cards around. That's a pretty cool ability. And also, you get to go to the shop and inventory level and buy new things, and Madame Mercy's going to be one of the people who guides you through the shop and offers you new things, particularly abilities and clothing items. So there's an amulet that she's offering you that gives you a special ability. Moving on with the story a bit now. Next part of Shadowhand's quest to find her friend Mariah, who went missing in the coach crash, sends her down to the area where some smuggling's going on, and we meet Captain Dread, who's the smuggler boss. He's not too pleased to see her there disturbing his business, but she does give him a warning that there's some soldiers about. Anyway, she's still basically looking for Mariah at this stage, her companion who's lived with her all her life, who's mysteriously vanished. But actually it turns out Mariah's kind of up to something as well. There's quite a lot of characters going behind each other's backs or having interesting motives in this game, and part of the puzzle is to figure out what their goals are and what they're really up to, and who are the good guys at the end of the day, because it's a little bit ambiguous. Anyway, there's Shadowhand begging her friend to stick around, and Mariah says, no, sorry, I'm off. There's some bad things at stake, but here, have this ring as a token of my affection, which is a really nice gift because luckily it gives you an extra undo when you're playing cards. Anyway, here we are back in the shop. Lord Fleetwood's popped up again. He's going to help us out, give us a few things we might find useful. He's quite keen on weapons and armour and armoury type things, so always worth checking out what he's got on sale. This is where you get the chance to change out your costume, build a better highwaywoman. You can equip yourself so just to look cool, but also, of course, all of these things do have various defensive properties, so you can swap them out depending on who you're up against. We're going to take a look at some of the other backgrounds that we get to visit in just a moment. Just come out of this inventory. Here we are. Lady Corneliea now has gone basically back to a ball that she was supposed to be attending before her coach trip went awry. And there's that magistrate again talking to some of the local gentry, and we get to find out a bit of backstory about Lady Cornelia's life, the fact that she's the daughter of an earl, but her parents are dead. She's got a guardian who's in charge of her welfare and her estate until she turns 21, which is happening really soon. And this is all quite important for the plot and backstory. There she is chatting to her guardian. He's trying to fish around for a bit of information about where Mariah's got to, but she's covering it up for now because she basically doesn't want anybody to know that Mariah snuck off. It's quite an opulent setting, but the balls are still sort of fairly small local affairs with lots of local gentry, but there's rather a lot of nice contraband and rum swilling around, which Captain Dread might know a few things about. Just having a quick look at some of the other backdrops here. There's Lady Corneliea chatting to her governess, who isn't a particularly nice character, in the library at Darkmoor Hall. And have a look at some of the backgrounds as well here. This is a watermill. She's caught up with Mariah again finally, after she's been missing for a few chapters. The game's got 22 chapters, and the story runs all the way through it, and you get to basically uncover the plot of what's really going on and hopefully safeguard Mariah. So I hope you've enjoyed having a quick look at some of the locations and getting a taster of the story that's coming to Shadowhand. It's going to be out later on this summer. It's coming to PC and Mac. It's going to be on Steam, so do look out for it. Hope you've enjoyed our vlog.